What's up, man? As per usual, I will be talking to you about whatever's going on in my mind. Little looks maxing, money maxing, how to overcome a breakup, conspiracy theory type shit. Overall, I have some pretty interesting thoughts that I want to share with you that I really believe will change your life if you hear me out and really listen to the shit I say. And the lessons that I've learned, and I really just preach all the lessons that I learned and then give it to you for free, right? All I ask is for your time. Now, let's start off with this conspiracy thing that I actually, not really a conspiracy, but like this thing that I read in like an Instagram comment section. It was like the only comment, and I found it really interesting. I'm gonna show it to you right now, or I'll just read it off. One moment, and excuse my voice. I'm a bit sick right now, but still want to get a video in, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. Yeah, so there's this guy on Instagram, his name is a non-startup founder, pretty funny dude. Yeah, and he posted a photo, and it was like, this is the founder of looksmax.org, and it's just like it's a fat guy who looks like shit. And then the top comment is, because it's a psyop to make women too difficult, toxic, shallow, demanding, etc., and it makes men too insecure. To help depopulation agenda, women lose their precious fertile years till she is unfertile after 32. Men, and it makes them insecure to lose their best years till they're old and can't get a prime 18 to 29 fertile girlfriend now because of too old and they're balding. All right, so that's like that that like women are still obviously fertile when they're like in their 30s, obviously more fertile when they're younger, but they're still fertile. And also men could still get attractive women up to 30s and 40s, right? And even 50s, if they really focus on their finances and whatnot, and build up their SMV and whatnot. However, I really do agree with what he's saying, and it's of pivotal importance for you to lock in, because everybody tells you to lock in, right? But you're not locking in because you don't know the extent of what's coming to you if you don't. And once you actually realize what's going to happen to you if you don't lock in, it'll finally make you start realizing this shit is important. And you're going to stop following all your friends who are doing dumb shit and it's like you're overthinking it, you have plenty of time. The truth is that's like the most inaccurate statement I hear consistently. And like I hear it so often where it's like, oh, you're 22, you're young, you're 24, you're so young. Look, you are young, right? But you have a fertility window of reproduction from the age of 18 to like 30, right? This is when, guys, girls, college, high school, freaking your first job, whatnot, a lot of things are happening, right? And if you're falling down in hypergamy, right, and if you don't stay lean, if you don't have anything going for you, maybe you just like look good, but like you're, I don't know, an average guy, like let's say you're mid or whatever, and you don't have any tangible assets, you don't own your own property, you aren't really a member of certain clubs, or maybe you don't have you're making like 150K a year or whatever, it's like a normal job, you're gonna fall down in the race so poorly you don't understand what's coming for you. And I promise you, I'm not overthinking this. The black pill hypergamy SMV market shit is legit, right? If you're like, this is average guy, average job, why would your girlfriend not be why would she not leave you? I know that sounds like ridiculous, right? Like love is important and whatnot, and maybe this guy just went through like a bad experience and now he's like projecting and like telling me. But like, I'm telling you this because like I've learned this, right? I've read about this kind of shit that's happening. It's like there's a reason why this looks maxing stuff is popping off. The reason why his clavicular got so big. There's a reason. It's not him creating the trend. It's people wanting the trend. They have a desire for the trend because everybody is thinking about it, but nobody's actually acknowledging it, right? There's like so many dudes who I know now who used to like never talk about this that are now talking about how insecure they are. There's a bunch of my friends who are average looking, they can't get girlfriends, like top, 80%, the 80-20, 80% of women going for top 20%. Dude, like I literally see it. I see it happening, and it's just a hyper competitive market. I talk about this all the time. It's just a very, very hyper competitive market. And you could complain and say that it's not fair, or you could actually just figure it out. and be like me, my kind of personality type, right? I know, like, things are unfair, like it's justifiable for you to believe that things are unfair, because they literally are, right? Like the school system, right? The freaking getting into colleges, when like there's guys who could just like pay for an SAT tutor or whatnot. Freaking AI now, people born into rich families, social class, all this kind of stuff. Really deeper black pills that go into other areas compared to just looks, and it's a lot more brutal. But like essentially, like you're hard capped by what you're born into and like your wealth and what you were raised by, right? And like it's unconscious things you don't even realize that you have that other people can pick up on. And this will allow you to get into like these guys who don't know much about, finance or whatnot, have an average GPA, but their dad, worked at JP Morgan or something along these lines, right? And or like guys who are able to just like go to better high schools, right? Or maybe they grew up with a strong father figure, and that strong father figure allows them to navigate women well, and them navigating women well allows them to have better experiences compared to the guy who might be better looking or might be a more interesting person, but didn't really get those lessons taught to him, and now he's stunted in that way. I kind of talk about myself a bit. That's like a one example, right? It's not too bad, because that could obviously be easily fixed, and I need to like take accountability for it. Like if I can obviously like figure it out, right? But I don't know what I'm saying. Like I've talked to chicks, I've like dated chicks and everything like that, but like I guess it's not to the extent that I want. I want to be like the absolute freaking Riz God master, just like pulling freaking like Stacy's or whatever. Yeah, I mean that's like that's what I'm saying. Like the average person, they'll hear me say that statement, and they'll be like, "That's way out of your league. You're thinking way too high up. This guy's a joke. Never be able to pull Stacy's." Yeah, but that's already a limiting belief that you're putting on me, because you're unconsciously putting it on yourself. And there's guys like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but guys like Tate, or guys like these guys who aren't anything special, but they slipped through the cracks and realized the competitive market and still took action anyway, and didn't have these insecurities that is being pushed onto men now to limit them to not be able to go after what they want, right? There's less people competing for the top 0.1%, because most people don't even think they're worthy for that top 0.1%, right? And you really need to be able to separate yourself when it comes to looks, when it comes to your value. I would say the most important thing for you to do is improve your financial status, right? Like this literally fixes all the problems, right? Because once you have money, you could hop on peptides, right? You could hop on testosterone. You can freaking fix your teeth, right? You could just start doing a bunch of shit. You could start, if you want to get like surgery, you could get surgeries, but you need that bread to like shortcut that process, right? And like I don't want to like just go like promote surgery, right? Because surgery is like a like some people like hard capped by their looks, right? They can't really change it too much, but I mean, fix your teeth, fix your haircut, right? Like get really lean in the gym and everything like this, and you're gonna be passable in your looks, right? And if you have a lot of money, if you already own a property at a really young age, that gives you a lot of leverage for women to want to be with you and love you. And they won't be incentivized to leave you for another guy, because you're just the best. And there's like you shouldn't be surprised about your girlfriend leaving you, or eventually wanting to leave you, or getting with some other guy that you thought that you're better than, but like he somehow turned out to be like she likes him more, and you're just like, how is this possible? But the thing is, it's like God telling you, hey, you're not that guy. Like you're not that guy. You think you're that guy, but you need some humility, right? You don't work that hard. You're like 20% body fat, right? And you're not sticking with your diet. Maybe you have a few achievements, right? But like, where's the bread, right? Where's that money that you're helping your family have? You're not working hard enough, right? You could do a lot. You could be doing a lot more. You could, where's the house? Well, like, I know I'm putting a lot of pressure on you, like, house is 22, you're already thinking about all this stuff, but this is what you should be thinking of, because everything, you're in the animal kingdom. I don't think you realize that you're in the animal kingdom. A woman could say she loves you, like people could say anything. Your friends will say that they care about you, whatever. But the second they're not, you don't have leverage anymore. The second you don't provide any kind of value, whether it even be your humor, whatever, right? Whether it be your looks, whether you look good, so like it's just a social proof for them to hang out with you, right? If you don't have any value, they will cast you aside like this. Like this. I'm telling you, once you lose your value, your wife will leave. Look at, there's so many examples of this with like Jordan Belfort and like the Wolf of Wall Street, right? Once they start getting sued, you know, once some bad shit happens, everybody switches up. And I even see this with like with my own family. Now, of course, I think my mom's a really good example of someone who has unconditional love for me because I'm her son. But the second I started providing like money to the table, she completely changed her attitude toward me. Instead of telling me what to do, instead of telling me like a bunch of like advice, instead of lecturing me, giving me a bunch of bullshit, telling me like I'm naive or whatever, starting arguments with me, her mouth was quiet as a mouse. And all she did was listen to everything I was telling her. And that's only because I started putting money on the table. And this goes the same way. Like your girl will say, she loves you, she loves you, she loves you. I'm telling you, man, gain 20 pounds of fat over freaking Christmas or whatever, Thanksgiving. Gain 20 pounds of fat and don't cut your hair for a bit and forget about your skincare or whatever. Especially if you're one of these guys who looks bad if like they gain weight, right? A lot of guys are like that, but me especially. And yeah, dude, they'll just like they'll slowly, it's insane how they switch up on you, man. And it's like you're in the animal kingdom. Like you could say, like they could say all these things like height doesn't matter, size doesn't matter, all these things don't matter, but they matter so much. And do not listen to these people like like these generations, especially these older generations who are telling you these things don't matter, because it didn't matter in their time because they didn't have to deal with hypergamy. But now these things matter a lot. And if you're not pleasing her in the bedroom and you're the absolute best, if you're not the absolute best in many areas, the brutal truth is that you're gonna fall behind. And I'm not telling you to be the absolute number one person in the like freaking universe, but like, why can't you get a property by 25? Like, you already have the knowledge, right? You're already watching this long into the video. You already have the level of intelligence necessary for you to learn how to start a company or learn how to day trade or like do trading or something like this, or like focus on your career. But you don't do it. You spend time doing some bullshit on your phone or whatever, watching freaking Sopranos or freaking looks maxing edits, or you're on the treadmill doing your freaking cardio over and over for an hour every single day, and your body fat barely changes because you keep eating 4,000 calories on a Friday night. And then you're trying to meet girls at a bar or a club, but you don't even like these girls deep down. Even if you hook up with them, you can't stand them deep down, right? Because you know they have like higher body counts, and obviously you're not going to be attracted to that. At least I'm not attracted to a high body count, no way. The lower the better. I mean, like most guys are like that, but like I can't even like fathom it. Or like once a girl has been with like one guy and like they've dated for more than a year, I already think like I don't want to be the second guy that she's comparing, you know, her guy like me to. You know, I'm just not interested in that, to be honest. And that's why I would never go back with my ex, because now I know it won't be the same as it was initially when I was her first, right? Yeah. But why not have a property by 25? Why not already become a millionaire at 25? I know this like sounds ridiculous, but like it's really not. You don't know how much money there is to be made. And I didn't know this 1 year ago, but it's insane how close you are to it. If you want me to start making more videos going into specifics about e-commerce and like how the back end stuff, how to, you know, like set up a store. I did like sell a course, like one person bought it, right? And I like coached them and everything. I do have private coaching if you want to like learn about e-commerce stuff or whatever. But yeah, dude, it's so legit, bro. And like, I'm telling you, most people just don't want to put in the work. But all it takes is 1 hour a day focusing on your goals and staying consistent and promising yourself never to stop no matter how hard the day gets. I know you're thinking about your ex. I know you're thinking about, you know, looking at her freaking profile over and over and over, on her Instagram profile over and over and over. I know you're browsing the freaking forums. You don't know how to improve your freaking looks. You know, you feel like you're hard capped, right? You probably need fucking Bimax, all this freaking shit. You knew that you were malnourished as a kid. I don't know if like how specific I want to get. I'll basically talk to you like how I would talk to I'll talk to you how I'll talk to myself. Like, you're basically saved by eye area, but everything else is freaking cooked. But because of your eye area, this makes you like motivate to succeed, right? Because you know you have good genetics. You were just like freaking malnourished by a mother who only gave you freaking vegetables and salads and freaking cheese during development and during the womb, which just pisses you off forever. But it's not her fault because she didn't know. But it's just definitely pisses you off because you knew you could have been better. Because you probably had like low prenatal testosterone was like super, literally nothing. If you had 0 grams of protein during pregnancy, the kid's gonna be cooked. Yeah, and like, you know, not having enough money to like, I mean, I do have enough money for it, but like, you know, but like bonding your teeth, right? Like I bonded my teeth at one point, and like the bonding just felt really uncomfortable because like my bite is like really small, so like any kind of deviation like completely changed like my bite, and then I started like getting like TMJ and stuff, so I'd have to get like a palate expander, MSE, all this kind of shit, just a whole freaking process. And then dude, like I'm not trying to get like bimaxillary like double jaw surgery, right? Like, that's gonna be friggin', dude, I'm not I'm not gonna do that. Like there could be like nerve damage with that and everything, right? So like the only way out is to lean down. But like when your baseline is 30% body fat, because that's how you grew up, but you grew up not moving and only eating freaking cheese. It's just I'm making a lot of excuses. There's no excuses, but you know, it's just annoying as shit, right? But you just gotta push through, man. If I could do it, you can as well. It's really just about not tapping out. I say this all the time. It's really just about not tapping out. The guy who lasts the longest, the guy who wins in the end is just the guy who didn't quit and just kept going over and over and over, and wouldn't learn his lesson. And they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. But every time I've done something over and over and over, and the result was just the same over and over and over, eventually after like the 100th or 200th time, the result was a bit different, and it was better. And that's how you find glitches in video games. That's how you find loopholes in like your high school or college, like freaking exam software to be able to like get out of the exam. That there's ways to slip through everything. There's ways to slip through. You just need to become obsessed. Get your money up. That's number one. Get your looks up. Number two. Your status. Start posting on social media. Start making the videos better. You make the videos better by reading breakthrough advertising, so you actually understand your audience, right? You start talking you understand a lot about marketing. Marketing is one of the most important things. Learn how to speak, learn how to sales and everything. Learn how to talk to women, right? Watch YouTube channels. Hang out with guys who know how to talk to women really well. And you need to talk to women. You have to, right? Lower your inhibition levels. I do a little bit of drinking before I talk to girls sometimes. It definitely helps. And dial the fuck in. Lean down as much as possible while training, and eat 100 grams of protein minimum a day. I'm eating like 1,700 calories right now. Got to get cut again for the summer. Do what you got to do. Once you hit high tier normie, million in the bank before 25, honestly, $1 million in the bank before 25. High tier Becky, who hasn't had any previous bodies, who's also Catholic, and fame, so that you get status and social proof. Because if you're like this naturally introverted guy, if you were to even make a post on Instagram, you would get like freaking 80 likes, 100 likes. It's gonna look embarrassing, and no girl's gonna be attracted to that. You gotta funnel the people that you're talking to into your Instagram page, so that when you post, you'll have enough fame for a bunch of people to comment, right? And then social proof, right? And girls more attracted to you, etc. That's it, man. Peace.